Bob Barr just won the nomination, and in my opinion, it's a good thing. A lot of diehard pure libertarians are really disenchanted with the nominee because he's not pure like them. I would fit Bob Barr in the same class as Ron Paul, more of a constitutionalist conservative. While they don't believe in the abolition of all governmental programs at the state level, I mean, they certainly do agree that the federal government is too large and that state decisions should be done by the state government. Libertarians will say that that's not good enough, but I would just argue that, well, you need to start going out there and getting libertarians elected as governors and state senators and whatnot, so that way you can start implementing libertarian ideas at the state level, because libertarians like to claim that the philosophy is the Constitution, and I disagree. Libertarians are more, well, liberty means freedom from government. So obviously libertarians believe freedom from not only the federal government, but from all governments, even though technically the state government can go ahead and make any laws they want. If they want to be a socialist state, they have every right to become one. So Bob Barr's nomination to me isn't that big of a threat, because ultimately it plays well for me, because it reduces the size of the federal government if he were to win, of course. And he would eliminate things like the Patriot Act and the war in Iraq and other foreign nations. So I really am not troubled by that. To further exemplify my point, George Phillies, in the debates that happened right before the nomination, stated that one of his idols was Barry Goldwater, a Republican, a conservative, a true conservative. Now, obviously, no conservative can be compared to Barry Goldwater today, with the exception of Ron Paul. And everybody in the debate likes to just go ahead and go, Ron Paul this, Ron Paul that, because he was so successful. And it surprised me that so many people support Ron Paul, but don't support Bob Barr. I know that his, history is a little not exactly the greatest. But unlike Mitt Romney, I truly believe that he has honestly changed his position on a lot of those issues. I mean, not just because he just says he has, but he's worked to fight against certain things. And a lot of people are also, they don't really try to look and find all the facts. They just say, oh, well, you voted for the Patriot Act, so I'm definitely not going to vote for you. But it's well known that he is the reason why the sunset clauses were put in the first place, so that way it didn't become a permanent program. If it weren't for Bob Barr, it wouldn't even be up for debate, ever. So ultimately, I mean, he's made some mistakes, but he really has worked hard to redeem them. So Bob Barr's nomination, I think, is a good thing. I do plan on voting for him unless Ron Paul steals the election from John McCain, which is highly unlikely. I just think that, there's nothing wrong. The true difference between libertarianism and conservatism is probably like social issues. And as long as there's conservatives out there, like Ron Paul and others, who they might feel that morally something might be bad, but don't want to impose their beliefs onto others through force of the federal government, then I see no reason why a libertarian couldn't vote for a conservative. And I truly believe that Bob Barr is a conservative libertarian. He has conservative values, but he is now a libertarian who will vote libertarian and will run the government as a libertarian. I really truly believe that he is not going to go out there and try to change up on that. Neil Bort and Glenn Beck, both, I believe, while they disagree with him on the war issue, truly do respect him because of his small government, ideas and whatnot. And I guess it's only those like Sean Hannity who tries to attack him by saying, you want to legalize heroin and crack. But anyways, Yeah, so look more into him. I mean, when it comes down to Barack Obama or John McCain, I mean, really, Barr is definitely the right vote. And if it does hurt John McCain, for me, and I guess it's going to put the lesser of two evils into office, because I'm sorry, but, I disagree with Barack on a lot of things. I have a feeling he's a little bit more honest when it comes to the issue of Iraq, and he's a little bit more honest when it comes to the issue of eliminating surveillance on us. So he never mentions the Patriot Act. So yeah, vote for Bob Barr.